If you're having a hard time finding profitable products for eBay dropshipping, it's probably not because there aren't any good products. It's because you're looking in the wrong places. In this video, I'm going to show you how I find top selling products that are already proven to sell on eBay. And then I'm going to show you how I automate this entire process so that I'm able to find thousands of profitable products with only minutes of manual work. But before I show you the automation, I want to help you understand the core strategy behind getting winning products. At its core, the method is really simple. What we're doing is finding a product on Amazon, looking that product up on eBay, identifying other Amazon to eBay dropshippers, and then scanning their top selling products. The key insight here is that if somebody's already successfully dropshipping a product from Amazon onto eBay, it means two things. The product already sells well on eBay and Amazon works as a supplier for it. So instead of guessing what may sell, we're piggybacking off sellers who are already making money. And I always start off on Amazon because it shows us product demand. And a good rule of thumb is that any product with a high amount of reviews on Amazon is most likely being dropshipped on eBay. And there are two ways you can find these types of items on Amazon. You can look through Amazon best sellers, or you can search up product categories manually. I usually like to avoid the best sellers category though, because that's what everyone else is using. Instead, I search for specific product categories, and we usually uncover better low competition products. Some of my favorite categories are automotive, gadgets, tool sets, and home improvement. You really can't go wrong with any of these. And of course, there are way more categories that work. These are just what I currently use. Okay, so now I'm going to walk through an example to show you exactly how this works. And so what we're first going to do is just look up Amazon, and we're going to try and go to the home page. And so instead of going to the best sellers like I mentioned earlier, we're going to go ahead and look up a product category because typically less people do this, so we're going to find better products. And so as I mentioned before, I like to do things like tool sets, home improvement, things of that nature. So let's go ahead for this example and type in tool set here. So as we can see, there's a bunch of different results that come up, and I don't really want to overcomplicate this. Normally, I just kind of pick the coolest product I can find, and there's also a couple criteria I look for. So I want to pick items that are within the $10 to $40 price range because that's typically what does best on eBay. And then also you want to make sure the item you're picking has 100 plus reviews, just because if it has too low of amount of reviews, then there may not be other people on eBay who are drop shipping it. And that's kind of the whole goal with this. So looking at this first glance, let's go ahead and pick this one right here. It has 1,000 reviews and is priced at $36.99. So this should be a good item. I'm almost willing to guarantee other people are selling this. And so in order to find this product on eBay, all we're going to do is simply look up the title here by copying it. And then we're going to go ahead and look up eBay. And then we're going to want to go to the home page just like Amazon. So we'll let this load in here. And then what we're going to do is paste that exact title into the search bar. And then as you can see, it's going to give us an array of results. And these items exactly match the Amazon listing. The exact same pictures. The only difference is that the price is higher than Amazon. It's 36 on Amazon, and these people are selling it for $50+. So every time they sell it, they're making a profit. But the important thing to note here is that all these people we see are Amazon to eBay dropshippers just like us. So that's going to make the perfect way to find winning products. And so now what we're going to do is go into these individual sellers' stores and try and see what they're selling, because that's going to give us a good idea of what products we should be listing. So how you do that is you click on the item. You can pretty much choose anything here. Let's just go ahead and pick the top guy. Normally what I like to do though is pick somebody with more reviews. It looks like, this guy has 67. This guy below has 444. So, it may be a better option to pick this seller here with a higher amount of reviews. And so after we do that, it's going to give us the option right here to click into this seller's store. And that's exactly where we want to go. So we'll go ahead and click on this guy right here. And then it's going to take us to his storefront. And so as we can see, there's a ton of items he's been listing, but we don't really care about the active listings he has. All we care about is the items he's been selling, because that means there's demand. We don't know if any of these products yet are proven to sell because these are just listed on his account. And so the way we actually find what he's selling is we go up here to the search bar where we can search for all of his items, and all we're going to do is simply click a space, and then we're going to click enter. And this is going to allow us to see everything he has listed on his account since we just put a space, and every item is going to have a space in it. So as we can see here, he has 3,700 items listed, and we could scroll and look at all of his items. But like I said earlier, these are only items that he has listed, not sold. And so we have to filter it down to products that he sold on his account. And so how we do that is we go scroll down here and we look at the left side of our screen, and it's going to show us an option as we scroll down that says show only. And what we want to click here is we want to check sold items. So what this is going to do is it's going to automatically filter all of the items he sold. And as we can see at the top, there's 126 items that he sold on his account. And so these are items that are proven to sell. Other people are already buying them who are shopping on eBay. And these are going to give us pretty good indication indication of products we can be listing. And we can even list these exact same products if we wanted to on our own account. And the way we do that is we'd simply like go here, for example, and we look at a listing, and then all we would have to do is copy the title from eBay, and then kind of doing the opposite of what we just did. We look up the title on eBay and then look it back up on Amazon. And so as we can see here, we should be able to find the same item he has listed. Sometimes it won't be an exact result, but it looks like right here is pretty close to what he has listed. So we know this item would probably do well in our store, and we could simply, you know, list this onto our account. Now, if you can probably tell, this process works extremely well, but it also involves a lot of clicking, copy and pasting, and back and forth between tabs. And when you're trying to scale, it's really not ideal, which is why I automate this entire process. And this is where my software comes in. I currently use a software called Dropshipping. Okay, and so I'm going to use the exact same product as before, this toolkit right here, except this time I'm going to plug it into my software, and it's going to save us a ton of time. So here's how it works. So we're going to copy the Amazon link right here of this item, and then I'm going to go over to my Chrome extension software, which is called Dropshipping, and it has a special section that does product research. So we're going to go over there and use this part. So all we have to do is paste in the Amazon link that we just found, which is for the same item. In this case is the toolkit we used from earlier. So we'll paste that in right here. And then the next step is to actually find the people who are selling this item. And if you remember from before, the way we found people who were drop shipping this product is we looked it up ourselves by pasting it into the eBay search bar, and we, you know, could look and see who was selling it. But in this case with the software, when we paste in the link, it's actually going to find those sellers for us and eliminate us having to click all of those buttons and do that copy and pasting. And so once we have our link in there, we're going to click collect sellers. And so we're going to go ahead and click collect sellers, and you're going to be able to watch this play out in real time. It's going to look up this product on eBay, and it's going to scan all of the people who are drop shipping it. And so what it's going to do with those results is we have a table here that's going to store all of those sellers. So all of these people you see here under seller username are people who were drop shipping that exact product from earlier. We just eliminated the process of actually doing it by hand. And so once we have these sellers, that's not the end product. Obviously, we want to scan their stores and find their top selling products so that we can list them onto our own account. And so there's one more button we have to click here, which is going to directly scan their storefronts, and then it's going to return items that correspond to what they've been selling. So it's going to give us Amazon ready links that we can list onto our eBay account. And so we'll click the scan sellers button, and as you can see here, it's going through all of their storefronts and filtering by that sold category, which is what we did earlier by hand. And so after it actually gets those titles of the items that have sold, it's going to look those back up on Amazon and then collect the links for us. And everything it's looking up right now on Amazon, we know is in demand and is probably going to do well on our own account because these products have been selling for other people. And if we were to do this whole process by hand, it would take hours and hours. So, you know, the software for me has been a no-brainer. And so this would keep going until all of these sellers are fully scanned, but I'll go ahead and stop it for time purposes, and we'll go back to our product research tool. And as you can see here, it puts these links into a table for us, and these are kind of ready to go for our account, and we can, you know, list them pretty easily. And so for my current workflow with the software I use, all I have to do is click add to lister after that, and then I go over to my lister section and all the links appear here. And so the next step for me would just be to pick however many links I want to go out. So if I want to list 10 items, I'd put 10 here. I'd choose my markup and then choose my ad rate and then choose the number of links I want to list. And then all I would do is click start, and then it's going to start listing the products we just found onto my eBay account. And this saves me so much time. You know, I used to do listing by hand and it would take me hours, but you know, with this whole process, I'm able to get links and then list them onto my account within a matter of minutes. I do start the exact same way as before though, by finding a product on Amazon. And so to recap, yes, you can find winning products by hand, but when you automate it, you save an insane amount of time, you remove human error, and you're able to scale a lot easier. And with my current setup, I'm able to find and list hundreds of winning products per day with only minutes of actual work. And if you're interested in the software I use, it's called Dropshipping, and it's linked in the description. And I also have a Discord link below where I break down eBay dropshipping and show you how to start the right way. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more videos on eBay dropshipping and other videos on making money online.